Rock, where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock?
10 rock and roll, bro.
Live and live and welcome to the Rock Files. Are the Rock Files? Yeah, live and locked. This is how we rock. Live and locked. Welcome to the Rock. Live and locked. Live is how we rock. Oh, this is how we rock. The Rock. To the Rock Files. Live and locked. Chill, baby. Welcome to the Rock. Live and locked.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, your eyes do not deceive you. Your eyes do not deceive you. You are live, locked, and loaded with the Rock Files. Rock is back. Rock is back. Salute, man. Salute. Man. Look, this is going to be a whole different live. I'm going to say this off rip. It's going to be a whole different live. Already in the chat. Salute to the chat. We had DJ Blunt in there. Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? Rock is back. Rock is back. The Rock returned. This is the catch-up. We're going to explain what the catch-up is. No mustard, all right? And, of course, as Blunt is so eloquently has stated, hit the like, share the stream, subscribe to the Rock Files channel for more dope battle rap content, sports data, much more, such as this right here, what you're experiencing right now for those that are watching. And we appreciate you. For those that are watching, you are experiencing the catch up. Let's catch up. It's a whole lot done happened. And so that things do not get misconstrued. We're gonna give our side of what's been going on. And of course, want to hear from your side what's been going on. It could be battle rap, it could be sports, it could be just news in general. Or we're gonna talk to sports. We're gonna talk to sports, NBA playoffs. This is not Rock Sunday. This is not Rock Sports Sunday. This is the catch up. All this is going to be is, let's have a conversation and try to sort some things out. Going to say in advance, for those that's watching on Facebook, salute to you, all that good stuff. Hope you're having a good night. YouTube, hope you're having a good night. Hope everything's going well. It's going well over here. It's going fantastic over here. First of all, 2 tours in the bag, both successful. What's a tour? What is a tour? First of all, shout out to Leave and Lifted, the legendary hottest reggae rock group in Michigan right now, and actually has been. Salute to Leave and Lifted. Just did a banged up tour, no pause, banged up tour in Maryland. Salute to Pacifier. Salute to Ted Bound, as we mentioned before. We went on this tour. We're still getting a lot of traction from that. Leave and Lifted does have songs in the chamber. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Jason M is in the building. What up, brother? Good to see you, man. Hope everything's going well. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, we got the brother King Cole. King Cole, man, you've got to say this, man. If y'all don't give King Cole these fire, King Cole's trailers are fire. King Cole's concepts are fire. King Cole music is on point. Man, look, this, don't forget, Rock Rankings dropping in a month. Rock Rankings dropping in a month. King Cole for what? For promoter. King Cole for blogger. King Cole for a lot of things. He's probably going to like his favorable listing. And yes, going to say this publicly to the public. The trophies will be going out this month finally. Apologize for the delay, but tours be touring. So salute to that. Salute to that. And be sure to subscribe to Snack King Cole. Not only the main page, King Cole, but of course, King Productions. Fire trailers, man. Fire trailers, man. Just great work. Just great work. Salute. Jason M in the building and all that good stuff. So we're going to explain what a tour is, because this word gets dropped around. A tour is not just traveling and performing, okay? Although that is the essential of it. A tour is traveling to different locations and doing business. What is business in relation to music? It's beyond what you just see on the stage, all right? Here's a little bit of education. It is also who is getting paid and what type of businesses are being built from vendors that you see. If you ever go to a concert, you look in the lobby, all right, and you see all the vendors and concessions and merch, right? Well, that's a huge part of the tour, because yes, Nando in the building. Nando, what up? Salute. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, brother. Nando RH in the building. Salute to Nando, man. It's good to see y'all tonight, man. But look, if those vendors are getting money, if the merch is getting money, that tour is very successful. Now let's get to the performance, right? Look, if you want to know what all goes into a tour for performance, all you got to do is watch a movie and look at the end of the credits, because it is a movie. It's not fake like a movie as far as predictable outcomes and scripted outcomes and all that, but it is a movie as far as the type of cast and the type of production and staff it requires. That is a tour. What else is a tour? A tour is usually, now there's two basic ways to go on tour. Yes, sponsors can pay for things, expenses covered, but most tours that are done by the actual entertainers paying for the tour. So if you see like what Chris Brown gonna be touring soon, right? Those businesses around Chris Brown paid for those stadiums to book them. That's why a lot of these stadiums act the way they do. A lot of these venues, not just stadiums, venues act the way they do, because they're like, look, we're here. If you want to perform here, schedule up with our other stuff, and this is how much it costs. So there's this misconception that, oh, well, for example, Madison Square Garden doesn't pay people to perform. Right there. There you go. That's an exclusive. People pay to book Madison Square Garden to perform. Simple as that. And then the promoter or whoever booked it tries to get their money back. And it's not just through ticket sales. All right. That is a part of tour. The whole point is saying all this, and we're just doing a skim thing. We'll do a whole other live about getting in depth about tour, maybe another occasion. The point is the success of these tours, the Maryland tour, salute again to Leave and Lifted, Pacifier, Ted Bound, and Brianna Bound, all that salute. But also the last tour just went on, which is the Florida tour. Salute to Lake City, salute to Jacksonville, salute to Orlando, salute to Fort Myers. That's where we were. Why were these tours successful? Well, first, everybody walked away smiling. Vendors walked away smiling. Sponsors walked away smiling. And yes, the performances were on point. Not just live band performances. Salute to the bands we had. We also had DJs touring with us, right? We also had hosts touring with us, and we did educational things on this. Success is not just measured in money; it's also measured in impact. We talk about impact on this show, right? So there's a lot of impact. And the main thing you really want to know how a tour is successful, that's if they can't wait to have you back. In other words, they can't wait for you to return. It's kind of like a battle rapper, right? If you're battling and you do so well, win or lose, you do so well. Of course, you want to win, okay? Let's say you smoke somebody and you do well. If they say, man, we got to rebook that guy again, congratulations, you won the battle and the war. You won the battle and the war. And that's what happened here. Salute to Boss Entertainment Group Detroit. Salute to our DJs, of course, DJ Mr. Millennium, DJ Trex, DJ Twan. His name is Twan. All right. Seriously. That's his name. Salute to a whole team of us that were on there. We turned it out. Simple as that. We turned it out. You know what I'm saying? So it was a DJ tour, the hosting tour. Educationally, the best part of the educational part of this tour was going into different locations, just educating about things about music and also things about touring and business. Kind of what you're hearing in the speech there. That's what we did in Florida, right? All in 1 week. Whew. That's the reason why we were tired. Not going to say this in advance. All right. So that's the part of that. So that's the right reason why it's so successful. Salute to everybody. We just want to say this. Salute to the virtual battle rap community. you know, not just this side of it, but just virtual battle in total, because while on tour, a whole lot of information was passed. No drama, but just a whole lot of, hey, Rock, you know, here you on tour, you know, wish you well with praying and all this stuff. Man, that meant a lot. That meant a lot. It's a lot of travel. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of planning, pre-planning. It's a lot of moving parts. So, salute to those well wishes. Of course, all praise to the Almighty Yahuwah, who without the Almighty Yahuwah, skip a tour, there'd be no life. All right. Salute to that. Hey, ready for this, Nando? Salute to Nando. Nando just mentioned Rock was wearing his LL Cool J Kango. First of all, yes, Rock got a ton of Kangos. Ready for this? We actually, and this is crazy because this is not the style of this company, but they were doing derby parties all over where we were, right? You know, and for those who don't know what a derby party is, not just in conjunction with the Kentucky Derby, but it's also, that's kind of the attire, right? So look, if y'all ever wanted some blackmail, our whole team had to wear fedoras, you know, fedoras and derbies there. So there's a picture somewhere out there, and whoever got it, if you post that, gonna burn you alive for that, you know, no cap. But yeah, Rock had to finally wear a freaking fedora along with the rest of our team and DJ. That was crazy. Never will wear a fedora again if the Almighty can help it. But then again, it wasn't that bad. Yep, Rock was in the fedora, man. No doubt. Salute. All right. Now, so that's the catch up with what's been going on here. I'm going to share the screen very quickly. We're getting back to our data bag. We understand that Retribution dropped. Salute to VBL Cartel. Salute to GTX. Salute to Disaster. Salute to Ankasa. We do have our first one. Now, what we're doing, we're going to wait for it to drop. We're waiting for, you know, a lot of the video to drop so that we can, you know, go through it and give those awards. So it will be late. I want to apologize in advance. It will be late. We're still going to give the awards. As you know, for those who've been watching the posts on the Rock Files channel, you see already that we posted the question about the Disaster and Disaster and Ankasa battle, right? One thing that was kind of disturbing, one thing that was very disturbing about that was that why were both of them cats sitting down? That's the main event. That was weird. I mean, come on, man. They're legends. Salute to both of them. All right. But we talked about that. If you're gonna battle, man, that wasn't it. As far as that part of it. Now, Disaster was rapping, Ankasa was rapping. Well, we're gonna break it. We might even break it down in this show. We might break it down in the show who we thought won. You know, we might show that. Again, GTX dropped it. Might review that here. You know, might do that. Hold on a second. You know, just want to do this very quickly. You know, if our tech is teching as usual, all that. You know, and of course, for those that's tuning in, you're more than welcome to subscribe to the Rock Files channel. Hit the like button, share the stream, all that good stuff. And if you don't want to, just watch the show along with us. It's all good. All right. So here's what we got. Where are we? Okay, we go here, and then we're gonna go here. Beautiful. Oh, okay. So someone off of Instagram asked, "What about Message Music Sessions?" Message Music Sessions will be back next week. Absolutely, we got a lot of different music to play too. Man, a lot of different music. Yes, we're back with that. That's going nowhere. And there will be a list for Message Music Sessions. Okay, here we go. So as you see right here, you know, we've already dropped the data here, you know, asking the question right here. As you see, 7 votes are in. We just dropped an hour ago. Y'all know the rules by now. Either 24 hours or 28 to 36 votes. All that good stuff. And that will let us know what final data is. And early data, early returns, Disaster has a pretty decent lead over Ankasa, 57%, 43%, with 7 votes being dropped, all that good stuff. And yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and review the battle right now. And as other battles drop, we'll go that way. We understand battles are coming up. Also, again, that's going to be part of the catch up. Again, catch us up. What should we know? What's really going on? And not so much the drama as you see, you know, y'all can kind of see what we've done. I also want to do is give a shout out to Rap Ref. Rap Ref had a crazy panel. Welcome to Absolute to Rap Ref. Be sure to 219 Salvo, you know, which is Rap Ref, all that good stuff. Fire stuff. Wiggin was Wiggin. You know, Adept and Fro had their friendly conversation, said hello. Whew. One thing virtual battle rap don't do. You're not boring. All right, here we go. So this is from, for those that's interested, hold on a minute. All righty. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead. Pause that on real quick. All right. This is from GTX Battles. Salute to GTX Battles. Be sure to subscribe to GTX Battles, which will be dropping all the content as far as we know. Of course, if not, hey, if it ain't respected, corrected, all the good stuff, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I don't know why it has. We did this already, but anyway, subscribe to the channel. This is on GTX. That's GTX Battles, not just GTX. GTX Battles. This is Disaster versus Uncasa. All right. Now we have watched this 3 occasions. We're going to review this with you, and we're going to go ahead and do our due diligence. So here we go. This is Disaster versus Uncasa. Let's review it. Hold up. All right, cool. Now for those that's watching, okay, ready? So Jason M, first watch, he had Uncasa winning. All right, cool. All right, so that's submission right there. Let's start that for Jason M. Salute. Nando mentioned salute to the Kango. Yeah, man. Yeah, the Kango and the Fedora. Well, okay, so someone from somebody. Oh, what we got? Okay, we good. All right. So someone from Instagram said, "Rock, would you ever rock a Fedora again?" If the Almighty would prevent it, no, man. To keep it $1, Fedoras is just not rock. Kangos, yeah. Fedoras, no. There is a difference. All right, cool. All right. So again, official submission with Jason M. He has Uncasa winning first watch. All right, cool. Okay, so it's 50-50 right now. All right, so it's going to be back and forth. All right. So Jason M has voted Uncasa. Not a problem. And also when it comes to these rock rankings, we will be doing different lists. Just want to be sure our volume is up before we play this battle. For those that's going to be watching on Facebook, the video will stick a little bit. Pause if necessary. The video will stick a little bit. It shouldn't stick on YouTube. We're going to be monitoring that. Hopefully the service is a little bit better, and also salute to the other lives going on right now. This is not competition. This is cooperation. That's how it gets down. All right, okay, and here we go with this. Just trying to be sure everything checked out and cool. All right, here we go. Disaster versus Uncasa. This is a one-round battle. If not mistaken, unlimited. But you'll see what happens. So 1 round is. Let's go ahead and fast forward this to. Okay, perfect. And this should not take too long. J Rock in the building. J Rock, what up? Salute. Be sure to subscribe to J to the Rizak. J Rock in the building. Salute to J Rock. It's good to see her here. Salute to that. We got Battle Rap Bodega. Philly, what up? Be sure to subscribe to Battle Rap Bodega, man. Philly in the building. Good to see y'all, man. All right, here we go. Disaster versus Uncasa is going to be on Uncasa first. For those who are not familiar, Uncasa will be rapping first. That'll be the brother in the red with the glasses. Here we go. Enough of the delay. Let's get to the replay right about now.
I get busy like one of them South Philly some Tasker. That puts you in blaster, put the body in plaster, put you on the wall with plaster, put a frame around it. So when guests come, they ask who's that. His name's Disaster. These is balls. I'll take the sun and the moon out the sky at the same time to slide. Visa card. These is balls. I got a call from my brother Loaded Luxy like beloved. Battle rap miss you. This where you need to be. So show them what they need to see. I said bet. Tell that nigga Disaster to duck down. It's a black moon now. Got my Smith & Wesson cock, and I'ma spin all day. I'm DJ Evil D. Who mean it's me? I'm sick to air the throne. They said I got a cold. I guess I'm diagnosed with that King's disease. I'm before and after life. Before and after Christ. I'll punch you in your chest, make your shoulders touch. That's what you call a disaster strike. You're a Muslim about to ask for Christ. Probably get mad, try to swing, I'ma duck 2 jabs, bash the right. Your feet just gonna fry. You gonna walk over to your man like, hold on, yo, wipe my face, I got hair grease up in my eye. Man, this nigga gonna die. So pull a Javante. This Glock 9, forever my lady, like Devontae. So dive in, only Joe gonna see when your body drop from the hollow shots, saved off a lot of cops. You're a bitch and you sweeter than a lollipop. If you gonna withstand this round with me, nigga, probably not. So I know by now, like the judges like unkilling this nigga. Yo, he got it to the point where rest in peace to George Foreman, I'm grilling this nigga. It only took me 3 minutes just to finish this nigga. So peace be beyond you, and assalamu alaikum. This Glock 9 to turn your spine to hot salami bacon. This nigga got me twisted like a Rasta in Jamaica.
Okay. Is it Rock or is Uncasa sitting down rapping this? And Disaster sitting down? Like, is this acceptable? This the main event. This is a legendary event. This is like this is like one of the most anticipated virtual battle rap ever. We got two guys sitting down. Is that acceptable? This is the first thing to ask. But now it's not taken away from now on the other side, it's not taken away from the energy of Uncasa. Uncasa is rapping. Let's then finish the round. That's just the observation.
This 45 will blow your mind and put you right next to your maker. And that's some serious shit. You already dead. I ain't gotta finish the clip. Hop in the whip, inside cinnamon grips. Go to your crib, rip up your bitch, and give her the dick. Time.
Uncasa was rapping. Some of that round seemed, Nando, if they're standing, then both of these guys are shorter than Smurfs if they're both standing. Salute. John, welcome back, Rock. You made out the Wiggiverse. Wig, all right, man. Wig, all right. Salute to the Wiggiverse. Salute to, look, if y'all better subscribe to Android Wiggins, man. Android Wiggins don't play, you know? Oh, no. What's going on in battle rap? Let's highlight this very quickly. Jason M. watching Casa versus Bones. He lays down. My goodness. So last 2024, we had battle rappers throwing hearts. The guy that threw a heart in a battle rap won Cody of 2024. The question shouldn't be about what's up with virtual. The question should be about what's up with battle rap, straight up. Outside battle rap, get nothing of it. Outside battle rap, get what they get. Virtual, get what they get. But battle rap is in a weird spot right now. Anyway. All right, man. And we're gonna drop the code in a minute, by the way. But this round, some of Uncasa's round could have been for anybody. Now, Uncasa has some things that hit Disaster. That shoulders touch, Disaster strike. All right. It seemed the ratchet seemed like Devontae is forever my lady. Okay. So there was some attacks on Disaster, but there's also some deviation off of Disaster, who's his opponent. But one thing about Uncasa, unbridled energy, unbridled conviction. That brother meant every single line he said. I mean, he meant every single line he said. Uncasa did not look like he had a lot of ring rust on him. Maybe we caught a couple OBCs in there. This round, though, it's a good round, but it's beatable. It's a good round, but beatable. So now look, over here, we're going to repeat what we usually repeat. Uncasa has set the tone. He went first. It's up to Disaster. It's up to Disaster now. As he goes second, not only must he match that round, he must defeat that round. All right? And there's some points to where Disaster could. Let's find out. It's on Disaster. Here we go.
Yo, you look like you've been to hell and back. You've been slouched over so long, you got a defective back, and now you look like one of those bugs from Men in Black. Yo, you actually came out. That alone, good thing you decided to finally come out on your dying days to go against one of Battle Rap's bosses, because he was already in the casket regardless. If I didn't get to kill him today, he was probably going to die a month later anyways, from natural causes. Holy shit, y'all, Toon Casa. And he's back from the dead with a gray patch on the back of his head. But let's be honest. He keeps that hat on his head because he's probably missing a whole piece off it like Rasheed Wallace. If he's packing the lead, it's because this bookworm probably got a pack of pencils in his book bag. So, of course, that's...
Disaster, why are you rapping sitting down, bro? Disaster, have you ever did this, bro? Like, Disaster, have you ever rapped? Look, and we're not just going to stay... We're just saying for both of these individuals, like this is, they would not be doing this. To keep it $1, this shows disrespect. This shows disrespect to the matchup. It shows disrespect to the card. And like, where's the Disaster? And it's not like Disaster's not starting strong. I ain't gonna front. Did that Rasheed Wallace thing? And he said back twice to rhyme. Let's go, Disaster. Let's heat up some more. Honestly, it seems like Disaster sitting down is taken away from what he does. But let's see some more.
That's what he means when he says he's going to draw the heat on us. Yo, y'all want to hear a ranking list for Dipset for the sake of here's content? Hold on, I got this. It goes Cameron, Jim Jones, Jewels, Stack Bundles, RIP, we lost him. Max B, Hell Rel, JL Ryder, 40 Cal, I already got him. It goes A Mafia, Freaky Zeke, Shice Bugs, Aguilar, then Duke the God. And after that, there's no comment. What you thought I was going to mention you on the list, bitch, you not even on it. You might as well got rid of the large white tees and the hats and started shopping like you were gothic, because that's the only way we would have ever considered you a hot topic.
Even though it was simple but effective, but Disaster got him right. You're not even on the list of the clique that you were in. That hits. Okay, let's go. Let's warm up.
Bitch, you going against the war and a battle rap veteran. I went to combat with everybody. You just a four-eyed fucking nerd wearing bulletproof bifocals, which makes sense because you ain't never had contact with anybody.
That was good.
Can't even tell if he wears them for distance or if it's because his vision's close. Either way, I got a sick idea for you next time you go skinny dip with hoes. You won't even need to bring your swimming goggles with you. You could just jump in with those. As far as being a leader, Dipset proved he ain't got an ounce in him. But salam alaikum, though, Aki, you follow the faith, but you'll never be allowed in the halal kingdom. Your face embedded with clown symptoms. You look like Swave Seva with Down syndrome. I'm a global icon.
That's one thing Disaster has a complete skill set. And honestly, Jason going to disagree. He's not just rhyming words here. He's talking to him. He's joking when he's styling on him a little bit. Now, the contact with anybody is maybe the most interesting and most witty bar we've heard. So we want to hear a little bit more of Disaster. All right, let's see what we got.
You a disgraced 45-year-old block rapper. I guess that's what you get when the most legendary dude in your group is now a mid-tier podcaster. Fucking Casa gets squashed in the raw dirt. Don't try to talk that certified rap artist shit to us when you ain't never had your own concert. Word of my Chuck Taylors, we can never converse. What is it with these bum-ass battle rappers who always want to come back from the past and get clout off for hard work? You come from an era of colorful hats and tall shirts. Now you praying in Mecca wearing a round cap and a long skirt. You worked your whole life to be a baller like Cameron, and the closest you ever got to owning a Bentley was looking like Farnsworth. Bitch, you look like Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars. Capoeira in you era.
The Farnsworth Bentley and the Jar Jar Binks. No. Let's keep going because Disaster's about to get into this very this almost like a patented rhythmic rhythmic flow that Disaster does. Let's go ahead. We're gonna take it back a little bit.
Looking like Farnsworth. Bitch, you look like Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars. Capoeira, and you ever cap with a slap of terror, black Beretta, give you bad luck, pistol whip your ass in the back of your head till it turns to a shattered mirror, black mascara dripping down your bitch face. You have to take a bath in aloe vera, so much blood coming out your pores, your skinny little body will look like a twisted calamari dipped in marinara. I'll grab your mother by the tracks in her hair, then elevator. That shit will look like Puffy when he dragged Sierra. Iraqi terrorists make you down 9/11 faster than a big.
Puffy when he drags Sierra. Puffy when he drags Sierra. All right. Okay. But that dipped in marinara hit. That dipped the marinara
ladder
hit.
with a double-edged sword like Imam Ali, slash and tear a hole through your larynx. This cat is scared. He's going feral like Talladega. This is the will of an old news has-been malpractice era. You trying to act like an Arab. Now Aladdin back to put your fake-ass genie in a bottle like Aguilera. Pull a knife on this entitled square. Watch him turn white and scared like Michael Cera. Trying to stare at the man in the mirror like Michael J. And I am there to remind you who got the lion's share of battle rap. The mayor, the California bear. I'll take away your air with a tiger swipe through your windpipe of this fake ass Sierra Leone blood diamond wearer. Harlem got the best fashion wear that I'm aware of. Italian brand white supremacist designer wearing embarrassment to the civil rights entire era. Time, bitch.
What? That's an awkward ending. That's a very awkward ending because what's interesting about this is how Disaster ended that cleanly. Instead of just like left it just like in that weird spot, then this probably would have been a lot more clear Disaster. But that's just an awkward way to end that, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna say this for Disaster. Disaster had way less OBC, although he had way less. Okay, so let's get it. So Jason M has Uncasa. Blunt has an Uncasa. Bruce Leaf had Disaster. We put that on the screen earlier. Nando had Disaster. You know what? How about this? Both of these guys, Jason M asked a question about who's the A side of this battle, right? Who's the A side of this battle? They both are prior to A side, but can we do this? The most anticipated one to watch of this battle is Uncasa, so I guess that would give Uncasa the lean toward being more of an A side, because Disaster hasn't been in virtual battle rap in a while. So they're two A sides, but more of the A side would be Uncasa just because of the return. And yeah, Jason M, that drag Sierra, that was the wrong person. You know, and it wasn't Puffy the wrong person. When did Puffy drag anybody? You know what I'm saying? Now, if he's talking about put down, well, then it wouldn't be Puffy putting down Sierra. Puffy put down, who's that chick? Well, it wasn't Sierra. Simple as that. It wasn't Sierra. We're gonna go with Disaster in a slight edge over here. Pause if necessary, but we're gonna go with a slight win for Disaster. Way more focused on the opponent. A little bit more witty lines here. Thank you, Cassie. There you go. Good look. Yeah. A little bit more witty lines here for Disaster, and Disaster was more focused on the opponent. The thing that hurts Disaster, though, and not mad if someone says Uncasa. Not mad if someone says Uncasa. You know? But honestly, this battle could have been better. Can we agree on that? This battle could have been better. This battle didn't feel like the main event it should have. It didn't have that feel, to be honest. Like, this was not one of the best Disasters as far as writing nor performance at all. Uncasa, now look, if we're going off of straight up energy and conviction, Uncasa got Disaster on that. Yeah, Uncasa got Disaster on that. But bars, lines, focus, Disaster has them on that. And you know, and it's not really about a preference. It's about, you know, we're looking at who showed more skill set. Disaster showed more skill set. But there is a case for Uncasa. So what we're going to do now is drop the code. What we got for Fernando? Uncasa with the Muslim calling for Christ bar. Yeah, honestly, Fernando really liked when Disaster listed all the Dipset and didn't have Uncasa there at all. That was a good switch off from the narrative. What we got here? Jason M. Okay. 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 Not mad at that. Excuse me. Jason mentioned he drug Cassie, so messing with the scheme. I deduct points according to Rock rules. Diz didn't surpass Uncasa. In bars, he did possibly though, but not yet. No. Jason's deducting points, and so there's a case for that. Not mad. So that's why Jason gave it to Uncasa. So okay. So how about this? For those that's going Uncasa, are they saying Uncasa clear? Yeah, Bruce. Exactly. Bruce mentions they both kind of had. Yeah, there's some OBC. It just seemed as if, and it definitely. Disaster had less OBC than Uncasa. Don't get it wrong. It's not that Disaster did not have any OBC. Of course, it was the Tech 9 that came up with that term. The Tech 9 think what you want of them, but Tech 9 did come up with that term, OBC. All right. Disaster had less OBC than Uncasa. Uncasa had more energy than Disaster. Disaster had showed more of a skill set. There was jokes, there was styling, there was rapping, all that good stuff. Fernando. Okay, but nah. So if Rock Files will give it to Disaster. If Rock Files was the judge on this, it would have been given to Disaster. But to be very clear, very clear, Disaster could have actually battled a lot better than this, and rapped a lot better than this, and performed a lot better than this. Honestly, now maybe Disaster had other things going on. Salute to that. But if we're going straight by what we've seen, not the best Disaster. Not the best Disaster. Honestly, it would have been nice to see that Disaster that even battled Easy the Block Captain. That Disaster was. Whew. Fernando. All right. Anyway. All right. So there it is. Now we're going to drop the code. And look, for those that want to do it, we're going to do sports. We're going to do sports, battle rap. And of course, the main point of this is to basically catch up. What had been missed? What should Rock know? What should we all know? What really is going on here? You know what I'm saying? What's really going on in battle rap, in sports, in general? What's going on? All right. Cool. Let us drop the code, and we're going to get to these NBA. We're going to get to these NBA playoffs and all this stuff. A couple things to watch for, to be honest with you. All righty. Got it? I think we got it. Yeah, we do. All right, cool. There it is. The code is now in the chat. The code is now in the chat. Oh, OG Capri versus D Money. Yeah, we actually reviewed that before going on tour. We had D Money in that. We had D Money on that. Yeah. OG Capri talking to the tree too much. And by the way, wait. Before we do that, for those that want to see this battle in its entirety, apologies. Woo, slipping. For those that want to see this battle in its entirety, this is Disaster versus Uncasa. Right here. Uncasa Retribution. This is the full battle. This is the main event of this card. Be sure to subscribe to GTX Battles. GTX live on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the bell notification button, like the channel, all that good stuff. Yeah, that's crazy. Jason M, Capri versus Prezi. Honestly, more interested in seeing the battle. What? Wait a minute. Who had Blunt's page? This can't be Blunt saying this. Blunt, if you lost your mind, you okay? Blunt, you all right, bro? What the feezy? Blunt types, I don't want to talk sports. When you start talking sports, I'm going to go. Oh, that's because your cell tricks are tricking you. No. We're going to talk sports. No. But look, it's not even going to be about that. It's not, no matter what team someone has in this race, right? There's just a couple things to just think about for a minute, when watching this, because there's something that's come up that hasn't been really talked about too much, And it's one word. It's one word that is very important. I'm going to show it to you. And Blunt, actually, there's two things we're going to talk about. I almost forgot. There's two things we'll talk about. And this is just in regards to things to watch for in the NBA playoffs, right? All right, here's NBA. We're going to share the screen in a minute. Oh, perfect. Good. Yeah, because there's an ugly thing that's popped up on these teams that's really going to affect who's going to the NBA Finals. It's something very basic, too. You know, it's something very... Let's share the screen. Cool. Perfect. And as usual, and again, we ain't going to be taking up too much of it and all this good stuff. We're just doing the catch-up. This is not the full, as they say, this is not the full run of the good stuff. It ain't. All right, cool. Let's do that. Beautiful. All right. Here's your playoff bracket. Now, obviously, since we've been away, you know, the first round is over. We got the second round. All right. In this second round, we're going to start with the Golden State Warriors and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, one very quickly. When the Timberwolves was playing the Fakers, Jason M on it. Salute to Jason M. Bingo. But Jason, hold that thought. Let's slow boil and get right back to that. But that's huge. Got another one for you too, though. So slow that down. So what's this? For Blunt, I'm pissed and poor, not rich, but it's still Celtics. You could see that. And we're going to talk about that too. Now, Minnesota, with no surprise, beat the very poorly constructed LA Fakers, right? Golden State beats Houston off of experience. But what's happened in this series? And this is something that's not really talked about. Injuries. Before you do predictions, ladies and gentlemen, you better be sure your team is the healthiest in the matchup. That affects everything. The Golden State Warriors without Steph is not just Steph, of course, the three-point shooting and all this stuff, and the passing and the IQ, but it's also the chemistry. Now different players are going to have to do different things. That's going to hurt Golden State because now they have to adjust that on the fly. That's something Steve Kerr has struggled with doing in his career. So that's going to, honestly, had Golden State remained healthy, all right, Minnesota wouldn't be even here. This would not be competitive. But because, and it's the same thing. Look, Minnesota better hope they stay healthy. If Ant-Man go down, if Naz Reid go down, this has now become the hospital NBA playoffs. Which team can keep less of their players out of the hospital or out of the injury bag, however you want to put it? Golden State better find a healthy mix of players or Minnesota's going to get them out of here. And honestly, that might be the last you see of anybody. That's going to be the last you see of Draymond. Don't forget Klay Thompson already off a Golden State team. So now Draymond and them is going to be blown up, and then don't be surprised if they blow this team up. Steph Curry might get traded, and they may do a rebuild in Golden State. Simple as that. And Steve Kerr is weird for not playing Kuminga way before now. That's crazy. Anyway, so that's something to watch here. Oh no, yeah, we getting into that, Jason. Oh, we getting to that. OKC and Denver, guys. And now we're going to get to the comment that someone just said. Sorry, someone just typed. Let's look at our start comments very quickly. And actually, it goes to Blunt's comment. I'm pissed, not and poor, not rich, but it's still Celtics in 6. Ladies and gentlemen, in these type of playoffs, the thing to watch is something very simple. Don't jump out the window just because the team gets 2 wins. You better see which team gets to 3 wins first. The team that gets the 3 wins first usually is going to win the series. These series are nowhere near even close to calling like that. They're not. They're not. Calm down on your predictions. Calm down on your predictions because there's a lot more to see. Again, health is at a premium. If OKC Denver, let's do Denver. If Denver is more healthy than OKC, Denver could win that series. And we've been calling that forever on this channel, that Denver is basically OKC's only competition to stop them. If OKC beats Denver to get to the championship, they're going to wash, as long as they stay healthy, they're going to wash whoever comes out. I mean, can we just be honest? We're just going to be honest for a minute, just for a minute. We can get back to lying later. All right. Look, are we going to act like, honestly? Now, again, this is if these teams remain healthy. All right. If these teams remain healthy, are we going to act like either Minnesota or Golden State as is could beat either Denver or OKC? Are we going to act like that? So whoever wins OKC Denver is winning the Western Conference. Unless there's a health thing or some weird thing. Also, whichever team gets the 3 first, right? Let's go to the East. Let's go to the East. Because this Jason M brought up a good point here. All right, in the East. And keep in mind, there's a lot of factors with watching a lot of these playoffs. Don't forget, this is business. The closer you get to crowning a championship, the more the business is going to overreign talent. All right. Yeah, right now, Indiana leads Cleveland 2-0, right? This goes to Jason M's comment about there's 3. What's that? Where is it? Oh, man. Oh, well, right here. Jason M mentions these injuries look rigged. It could be. See, that's what we're talking about business right there. It could be. And yes, in sports, there's rigs that go on. Please don't watch this show and live in fantasy land anymore. We're past the point of, well, that's a conspiracy. There's no proof. Yes, there is proof. Are you kidding? Since day one, honestly, many officials have come out to say what they've done to doctor things happening in sports and that they were doing that given orders by the league to do so. There's a thing called promotion. We ain't going to go through it tonight. Point being is, don't think that it's not possible that Indiana goes up 2-0, then all of a sudden Cleveland ties it up, and then they have some drama. Because by all basketball rights, if both of those teams are healthy, Indiana and Cleveland should be up 2-0, and Cleveland should get Indiana up out of here. It's a bad matchup. But now, right what Jason M says, this is what we're looking for right here. Cavs got 3 imaginary injuries, right? I mean, how convenient, right? Bruce probably does. Salute to the legend. Now salute to the legend, Bruce Leaf. Salute to the legend, Bruce Leaf. You know, Bruce knows the next 3 championships via gematria. That is a code they use. Oh, that's the dog. Listen. Sports is entertainment before it's sports. Okay? That means there's going to be a script. There's going to be teams and brands to promote. There's going to be a lot at stake. There's going to be a drama. There's going to be characters, all this stuff, all the annoying things that pure sport, the purest of sports don't like will be in this series, in all of these series. Why? To keep it watchable. These TV deals cost money. And look, the TV deals cost money, but it's not costing the NBA money. The NBA is hooked up to a whole network that takes care of them regardless. Think about this. Back in 2008, and this is just some symmetry here. Back in 2008, the General Motors and a lot of the automotive companies went out of business, right? But all of a sudden, they got a kickback, basically. That was called, was it called a stimulus? Hold on. Anyway, they got a kickback. They called it a stimulus. They called it a reboot, whatever they called it, okay? With that, all of a sudden, the United States government gave General Motors and other car people, other automotive companies, they gave them money to stay in business. Why? Quote unquote. Well, because these industries are cornerstones of our American economy. Why are they? Because this society has chosen them to be. Chose. We don't like picking and choosing in battle rap, right? Welcome to Earth. Everything is dang near picked and choose. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. And right here. Salute to Bruce Lee. Be sure to subscribe to Bruce Lee. All entertainment is scripted. And since sports is entertainment, all sports is bailout. Thank you. Yeah, it's late. Salute to that. Bailout. That's exactly what it was. There was a bail. And look, bailout, stimulus, kickback, it's stimulus or whatever. It's all the same programming to say, we want this business to be there. We're going to give it money. Name another business that if it goes out of business in the United States of America, it's going to get bailed out by government for that trash reason. And guess what other business? This is the same United States, and we're going to get back to sports in 5 seconds. This is the same United States that says, well, look, it's on you to be sure to, nurture your business. And, it's a free market. It's a free enterprise, right? It's an open market. It's up to you, right? False. Because there's certain businesses that's going to get aid from government, and there's others that's not. And guess why? Because those are the businesses that government, and not just government, that banks, that shadow government and all this stuff, they want those businesses to be in business, and they're going to be there whether people like it or not. Okay? And that goes to sports right now. There's a lot of individuals can't stand the Indiana Pacers, can't stand the Cavaliers. One of those teams are going to win that series. Now what NBA might be trying to do is they might be trying to say, which of these teams can we get the most amount of attention and move the most amount of money on that? Hey, the code is, no doubt. Blunt, you're more than welcome to come up, man. The code is in the chat. We saved it. And that's for anybody. Anybody want to discuss or catch up, you're more than welcome. It is open. Ops are not welcome here, though. Salute to Rap, but ops, no. Ops are not welcome here. Only conversation is. Sorry. Simple as that. But yeah. So as we have here, don't be surprised. Here's the bottom line. Don't be surprised that Cleveland ties that series up, obviously, ties that series up 2-2. This way they can have some drama. Why? Similar to this community, drama attracts the eyes. Drama moves money because that's how this world wants it to go. Let's go to Boston. Let's go to Boston and let's go to Boston and New York, right? To be honest with you, can't stand neither one of these teams. So you're going to get the most objective take on this. That's the same thing here. New York and Boston. We're talking about a matchup of two major markets. This is an NBA dream right here. So what this does, this guarantees them in the Eastern Conference Finals, they're going to have a major market in there. Cleveland, Indiana are considered mid to lower markets. So they got quote unquote smaller market versus big market. No matter who wins between Boston and New York, they're going to extend that series. That New York-Boston series is not going to be a short one. That's going to go at least 6 games. Who's going to win? That depends. Because look, it would be a shock effect. And don't forget, New York is the biggest media market left. Go to states, California, but they're not LA. New York is the biggest media market left. It wouldn't be a stretch to say that New York is going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, basketball-wise, do they deserve it? Absolutely not. They don't. Entertainment-wise, there's a character there. Plus, let's be honest, New York hasn't won anything since the 70s. Boston just won the NBA championship. Think about what happened with the Super Bowl when Kansas City was there after just trying to defend something. And then the Philly goes ahead and get them out of here, right? This is a similar situation. This series will be tied 2-2. More than likely, this series will be tied 2-2. Then you see which team is going to get the 3 first. So if you want to know who's going to win, whichever team gets to the 3rd win first will probably win this series. Because that's what keeps the NBA not so much paid, but that's what keeps the NBA having attention and promotion. The eye. Now, if you're looking for predictions, ain't going to give them. Because honestly, we don't know which of these teams is going to be healthy. Health is everything here. Health is everything. Health right now health right now has overtaken a lot of basketball. We can talk about turnovers and shooting and rebound and all this. It's about which of these teams will be the healthiest. Simple as that. Simple as that. We got Jason M. Hold on. Let's go here. Bruce Leaf. If I cared about sports, I'd probably dedicate my research to calling games. And then, yeah, and Bruce, don't blame you. Honestly, Bruce, it don't even the type of skills you have, Bruce. Not even mad at that because it don't even take all that. A lot of this stuff becomes obvious, but we should note this: whatever becomes obvious toward the observer, they have the right to switch it, and they can go ahead and spin whatever they want. For example, take a look at these 8 teams left, right? Let's say they want Indiana to win everything. Well, that's easy. The story would be small market team, Tyrese Halliburton coming from where he came from, blah, blah, blah. That would be a storyline for Indiana. Let's go here. Let's go all the way to Minnesota. That's another small market, similar to that. Ant-Man is solidified that he's the next one coming. Ant-Man is going to be the next in the line of LeBron and blah, blah, blah. They'll do that, right? And these are the 2 least likely teams to win. Indiana and Minnesota are the least likely teams to win the championship. So the point is, if they can come up with a story to spin off of Indiana and Minnesota, they definitely can do it for the rest. And honestly, they have so much authority within their own world that they're going to get money regardless. The issue is that what they want to do? When you have that much power, when you have that much power, you can do what you want, is what the point is. So for those of us that try to, get the trend and predict it, we're not in the room with them. Look, they can even listen to certain things like this, like, you know what, that's not a bad idea. We're going to do this anyway. Why? Because let's be honest, no matter who's crowned NBA champion, you know what's going to happen the following season? The same people that are mad are going to keep watching. Not just keep watching, money will keep being spent on it. Let's not forget the whole purpose of sports is distraction. It's distraction and entertainment from what's actually going on for the masses. That has an infinite investment. All right? To be honest with you, there's been a lot of lies told about, well, this team and that team can't do this because they'll lose fans. Yeah, right. Lose fans. Well, you can't say that because certain teams will have their friends. Yeah, the franchises will get taken away if they want to be taken away. Let's be honest. Look at New York for a minute. New York has had a whole bunch of horrible teams, and guess where they are in the second round? Probably go to the Eastern Conference Final. Look at Minnesota. Minnesota's been trashed for a while, and guess where they are? Possibly to go to the next round. Whoever the parent company wants to exist will exist financially and will get money just because. Here's another analogy. Think about it like the rich uncle with a spoiled nephew. Let's say the nephew's an idiot. Nephew has no talent, idiot, no discernible thing, but that uncle just wants to give that nephew money. Guess what? That nephew gonna get money. Whole bunch of people more smart than that nephew. Don't matter. The nephew gonna be a billionaire. Whole bunch of people are more righteous. Don't matter. The nephew gonna get money from that billionaire. That's what business in a nutshell is in the United States of America. It's not about all these rules and stuff. It's about preference. And guess who said that first? The Almighty did. Let's go ahead and read Bruce Lee's comment. There's a lot of sports fans in here. That's all we need to form a team of the coders, Nando. 100%. And that's the purpose of the Bruce Lee, you nailed it. That's the purpose of the whole conversation we're having here. Like, what do we see? It being independent thinkers, by the way. Independent thinkers. That means we're not gonna let ES Satan, Fox, and weirdo stuff, even TNT, even though that's a lot better. Salute to TNT. But we're not gonna let those things, just because they say something, all of a sudden tells us that's what we gonna say. What do we see? Most of us have been watching sports all of our existence on this planet. We can read. We can see the forest for the trees. You got the playoff tree right in front of you. Okay, what we got? King Cole asked a very good question. Did Monday Night Raw tell us who's going to be in Eastern Conference Finals? So King Cole, full disclosure, since Monday Night Raw went to Netflix, haven't seen it. So you can fill us in if you want to. By the way, the code, for anybody that's asking, the code is in the chat. You're more than welcome to come up. If not, no problem. We have conversation like this. There's no pressure. But what happened on Monday Night Raw? You know, because haven't seen it since it's been on Netflix. And of course, being on tour. Bruce Leaf in the building. Yes. Very true, Rock. So many narratives. That's what makes the riddle difficult. Yes. Let's keep that up there. Absolutely. What we're doing is giving things to watch for. Now, if someone says, okay, but what's your prediction? First of all, predictions are a form of witchcraft. We don't do witchcraft over here. Second of all, we can give you what we see and trends that we see. Anything can change because we're not the elite. That's their game. And again, there's so much in that type of power, and they're going to win regardless. Straight up and down. They're going to win regardless. They will win regardless. But see, the thing is that what they want? Ready for this? Let's stick with NBA. NBA could have next season the Washington Wizards come out of nowhere and win the NBA title. They won't lose anything. They won't lose anything. Other broadcasts will tell you, well, basketball-wise, yeah, whatever. It's a game. It is a game. Now, the question will be asked, well, Rock, if it's so figured out, if it don't, well, this is entertainment for us too. This is entertainment. We just talking, we kicking it. No, don't forget, the name of the show is Let's Catch Up. This is news. We're giving thoughts, some things for the minds to consider. And listen, whoever watches this show, you can accept or reject whatever you're given. Use your own mind. But that won't change what we gonna say. So somebody mentioned like, well, Rock, you said the Pistons were going to get the Knicks out of here. Yeah. I mean, if you look at that series, that wasn't a bad prediction at all. Did it happen? No. Oh, well. And welcome to sports and welcome to entertainment. What we do. Okay, but you were wrong. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, in sports, this is not that. And we understand that that's an industry, right? There's a lot of prognosticators that build their whole careers over predictions. And, well, I want you to listen to me and I have an 80% this. And look, you can use some of this to go gamble. This is not for gamblers, man. This is for discussion. And yeah, we'll definitely stand by the prediction that the Pistons should have got New York out of here. It didn't happen. What we do? That's the answer to that. And we'll continue to give what we think. Now, what we think, will it be 100%? Probably not. But it'll be analyzed, and it'll be tangible information to take, mull over, and decide what you're going to do with it. And we stand by every single prediction ever done here, including the NFL playoffs, how that went down. Yep. And listen, salute to New York. Salute to Lose York, because they did not lose. That's what you're supposed to do. Oh, well. No harm, no foul. But look, it is interesting. What we got? Okay, cool. Okay, I just want to be sure. Yeah, it is interesting how these playoffs are turning out to where injury is actually the most dominating factor of who's going to win the NBA championship. Look at these injuries. Jason M. mentioned Cleveland. Let's go to Cleveland right now. Cleveland, land of Cleveland. Let's take a look at the injury bug for these Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh, there it is. All right, cool. Let's share the tab. By the way, if you want to play along, you're more than welcome to go to yahoosports.com or sports.yahoo.com. Wow. Now, some of these injuries, and Jason M has a good point here. Some of these injuries, okay, ankle, okay, cool. That seems thumb and toe. Y'all remember when Andre Drummond got a toenail injury and had to sit out for a week or for 3 games, for 3 games off a toe? Some of these injuries are very, very fragile. And honestly, they seem constructed. Now, the last game Cleveland lost, it wasn't because they had an injured team. It was honestly because they choked. Now, that was a choke. You're up by 7 points with under 2 minutes to go. Yeah? And that's what you do. Wow. But look, we talked about it. We're going to take these injuries, right? With these injuries, and you're asking coaches on, and wait a minute, whoa. Kenny Atkinson is the coach of 2025? And that's the best adjustment you have, my man? Whew. Again, that's why it's entertainment. That's why it's entertainment. It's not basketball. But these injuries for Cleveland are very suspect, I'm going to be honest with you. They're very, very suspect. Let's go to other injuries very quickly, if we can be so inclined. All righty. Oh, and by the way, to go back to Pacers injury, Isaiah Jackson, who hasn't played basically all season, so he's not a factor. All right, cool. So Indiana has a fully healthy team basically, while Cleveland has three starters out. And to be honest with you, Cleveland been kind of suspect. We talked about Blunt. Remember what we said about Cleveland? Did they peak too soon? Remember that? Blunt, and not just Blunt, whoever's watching. We asked, did Cleveland peak too soon when they were running away with this huge record in the regular season? Did you peak too soon? They're down 0-2. Fascinating. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go back here to this playoff bracket. And let's take a look at other teams experiencing injury. Let's go to Golden State. Let us go to Golden State. All righty. Let's take a look at injured to the Reeds. All right, so we got no injuries, it looks like. Yeah. Well, yeah, Steph is injured. What injuries? Oh, let's go here. Golden State. Fine. Because Minnesota doesn't. All right, let's get this out of here. Let's do this. There we go. Okay. We ain't tripping. All right, cool. Now, obviously, right here. Now, here's another thing about the Steph Curry injury. Okay. There's the Steph Curry injury. Hamstring. The question would be, how long would I have him out, right? King Cole mentions Tyrese and Brunson. Tyrese and Brunson had somewhat of a fight in the ring. Got you. You know what, Cole? All jokes aside, man, WWE in a lot of ways will give you a hint about the mode of a lot of sports entertainment. That's not a bad question. Now, of course, yeah, you'll have the sports snobs that'll say, well, I mean, we're talking about legitimate sports, as if all these sports ain't fake. It's hilarious. Well, these wrestlers are not athletes. They just wrestle, and their outcomes are scripted. Yeah, like the outcomes are not. And listen, we rock with the Pistons over here, right? So we out of it. We're still going to cover what we cover. But we're past that point, man. But that's a good point Cole bringing up. There is usually something. Also, you can tell something with the mode of what character is doing what. Like WWE has shown how to build a character. Honestly, WWE has shown the best how to build a character outside of maybe some movie series, right? They know how to introduce a character. They know how to add heat to a character. With that heat, let that character develop, add the personality to it, all these steps, right? That's similar to what the NBA has done with the Knicks. That's what the NBA did with Draymond Green and the Warriors. Honestly, they did it with the Pistons. They're chippy. They have an attitude and all this stuff. That's been the Pistons. Just give you a different example of how NBA has built characters, how WWE has. Bruce Leaf. Followed the Villanova. I can't talk. Followed the Villanova narrative during the playoffs. The Pope connection. Boop. Yep. It's not a far-fetched thing that the that the Knicks wanted to say the Knicks, that the Knicks could go to the NBA Finals. let's be honest. There's got to be something here. One trend that keeps showing itself is that NBA, besides drama, their other favorite thing they like to use is history. This has never been done before. This is the first one to do this, the first one to do that, right? New York would be in that line. If they come out of basically quote unquote kind of nowhere and win the NBA championship. And I'm going to repeat it, it's a big market. And Bruce Lee mentioned the Pope connection. For those that don't know, today, or technically, I don't know, we're going to stick with today because the sun ain't up. Today, first ever in history, a Pope from the United States of America is now your Pope, or a person selected to be Pope is from the United States of America. Never done before. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder how that fiat currency is doing. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So it's not all this is in play. All this is in play between these 8 teams. And you know what? That's another reason why the NBA has this shock effect going on. They're like, well, wow, it's possible. Oh, Cleveland's in trouble. Indiana could do it. Boston's in trouble. And listen, Boston has had finals appearance and is a defending champ. Can we be honest and then say that fans, so-called fans, don't like seeing teams repeat anymore? That's all, like even being in Florida, talking basketball, I don't want to see the Celtics win. I want to see somebody different. And then watch this. Let's say New York wins, right? I don't want to see the Knicks win. I want to see somebody different. I want to see somebody different, no matter what. I'm bored with them. That is the era we're in. That's the era we're in. So it's not too far-fetched that Boston could lose this. And obviously, if Boston lose that, and let's say Cleveland's banged up and Indy's just not a good matchup, New York now has a shot. And here's another thing to bring out. So we talked about injuries is the number one factor, right? The number 2 factor is the first team to get to 3 is going to win. The last thing to think about, the playoff tournament is a new season. It's a new season. These teams, none of these 8 teams are who they were when the season started. Cleveland was the best team, well, one of the best teams along with OKC in the whole NBA, right? Is Cleveland one of the best teams in this playoffs? No, not right now. That would be maybe Oklahoma City. It could be argued that maybe New York. Maybe. This finals could be the Knicks versus Oklahoma City. Why? Big market, small market. Oklahoma City never won a title before. New York hasn't won a title since the 70s. Repeat, New York hasn't won an NBA title since the 70s when they went back to back. They have guys like Walt Frazier. They had guys like Willis Reed on that bad boy. Most people weren't even born in the 70s that are watching this broadcast right now. History's a factor. Put that on the list. Minnesota ain't won one either, but Minnesota is very unlikely. They just don't have enough. So teams to watch New York, man. Watch OKC. Watch Denver. Watch Cleveland. Those are your teams to watch. We're going to do baseball on Sunday. All right? Bet that. Now, so here's the question for the chat. What has Rock missed in the past week? So, okay. Somebody mentioned OG Capri and Prezi. Saw a little bit of that. There's those that are saying, OG Capri is in trouble against Prezi, and that Prezi is in trouble against OG Capri. I guess there's a fight. Somebody pulled up on somebody, whatever. Honestly, this channel just wants to see the battle. Prezi, if you're not familiar with Prezi, Prezi's electric, man. Prezi is not the most lyrical guy, But Prezi knows how to rap, and Prezi knows how to get moments. He's a definite entertaining type of battle rapper. OG Capri coming off of a loss, and it could be called a debatable loss against D-Money if you want to. That's fine. But coming off a loss against D-Money, OG Capri could use a battle against Prezi, and OG Capri, you better win. If y'all two battle, OG Capri, you better win. You could use a win. You got the jackpot win. Right now, that's your only definite win of 2025. You could use another win, especially against Prezi. You beat Prezi, that can go ahead and get your momentum going. All right. So that's a comment on that. We know Pablo battled Rio. The consensus has Pablo getting Rio out of here. To be completely straight up with you, Pablo. Here's the question asked for Pablo. We haven't watched the battle yet and gave it our breakdown, so we're not going to jump out the window. By Pablo having a consensus win against Rio, is Pablo headed to be an in-game battle rapper? Greg the Great has retired Innovate. I mean, Rock been on 2 tours, ain't seen Innovate. Innovate, where you at? Again, this is with the framing. Hope you're fine. Hope you're healthy. Hope nothing happened to you. But the last we seen of Innovate was on the New York local TV thing about you on the subway or something. I believe. Not sure if that was after. Again, we're asking, what have we missed? So Innovate, if you're out there, if you good to hear from me. But if you're done with virtual battle rap, you're done. If you're taking a break, you're taking a break. But for Pablo, we're talking about a Pablo now. Debatable win possibly over Clip Corleone. There's those that say that Clip got that. Pablo did lose to Reek consensus-wise, although there's a whole swell that has Pablo beating Reek. But no, Pablo has an official loss to Reek Rubin. Okay. Pablo beats D-Money. Okay. Pablo beats Rio. I mean, obviously, the obvious question is, what's next for Pablo? And if Pablo gets another, let's say Pablo got a battle, Pablo Picasso got to battle QP. Pablo Picasso should battle QP. And if Pablo Picasso wins against QP, is Pablo Picasso an in-game battle rapper? Greg the Great's over there, retired Innovate. Now let's get to Greg the Great. Greg the Great had a battle against Tink the Demon. From what, and salute to all the information that came in, that battle is going to be rescheduled, I believe. If Greg the Great beats Tink, Greg the Great can beat Tink the Demon. That name. Greg the Great can beat Tink. Yes, he most certainly can. Tink, style-wise, has some advantages, but also some loopholes that Greg can exploit. Now, Greg has to be careful to not be regular against Tink. Regular means don't take a moment off. That's all. Something to watch for. What else we got? Also there's a retribution card. We got a card coming up. We just commented on this. Social Assassin will be battling A-Fan. So this is redemption for A-Fan. So A-Fan, the number one thing for A-Fan, please remember your material. Be ready to rap. Social Assassin has not been seen in a battle. Was that the end of 2023? Yeah. He hasn't been seen in a battle since the end of 2023. Social Assassin, if he has a good performance against A-Fan, it could be the Mr. ENT effect. Mr. ENT is taking off. He bodies A-Fan, all of a sudden he's barking. St. Louis forever married to the bars. You know what it is. I mean, honestly, that moment for Mr. ENT has resurrected his whole virtual battle rap career. Salute to Mr. ENT. Now, Mr. ENT, whoever you battle next, you got to have more substance to your material, friend. You can't just be rapping and having aggression and talking trash to somebody. We got to get some bars. We're talking about some connected bars, to be clear. You improved a lot. Next level up. Okay? All right. A-Fan, again, have your material. Be ready with your material. And then come with May. Let the chips fall where they may. Let's start with that. So that should be a decent battle. What else we got? Also on that card. And look, all battle rap leagues, as usual, be sure to give us the flyers and all this good stuff. So we got that coming up. And there's other battles on the card. We're just skimming through. Obviously, the story is One of the stories is that Smoke King, salute to Smoke Kings. When there's smoke, there's fire, Rock. Okay, all right. Salute to Smoke Kings. Smoke Out. The last virtual battle rap card for Smoke Kings. Just really wish it wasn't the last one. But, after having a conversation with Smoke, through chat and all that, Smoke's list of reasons, and that's respected. That's going to be June 21st. That card looking crazy. We ain't going to be out. I think Greg's going to be on that, if I'm not mistaken. The top names, that's going to be a fire card. Thank you. Yes. Yo-Yo versus Froku. Hold on, wait. Not just that, Mr. King Cole. Salute to King Cole. Be sure to subscribe. Not just that. We have a new battle rap league. The Throwaway Battle League presented by King Cole. That's a new league that will be considered for the Rock Rankings next month. And they're presenting Yo 2 times. The inventor of water, gas, air, all that. Versus Froku. This is good for Froku. We'll get to Yo 2 times in a minute. This is gonna be good for Froku. It seems like, even though Froku was a little similar to OG Capri. If y'all remember OG Capri, when he was around, he was taking things a lot personally. It was being a lot of emotion there, right? Froku was kind of similar. Froku just got to kind of maybe have some overstanding of some things. He'll be all right. Oh, straight? That's an exclusive. Hold on. King Cole, another announcement tomorrow for Smoke Out. Fire. You know what? Let's go over that. So these are announcements we have for the Smoke Out card right here. And we're going to be getting out of here soon. Again, it's just a catch up. And look, if Rock missed anything, if the show missed anything, if anyone in the chat missed anything, you're more than welcome to hit up. Again, contact us on that. Our email address, IG or YouTube. No, we are not, nor ever will be on X or Twitter. First of all, X is a nasty name for a social media site. Twitter is way too petty. Nah, won't be there. But on IG, yes. YouTube, yes. Email, yes. Oh, and Facebook too. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go right to this here. What? Okay. Let's do this. Smoke. And again, we appreciate King Cole. Appreciate King Cole for the word. We're going to just run a couple trailers of the Smoke Kings card. We understand there's a card coming up the 23rd. There's a card coming up the 23rd. Be honest with you, and keep in mind, doing a lot of this from straight up memory. All right, doing a lot of this from straight up memory. So, there's going to be some stuff that's going to get missed here. Let's try this. Okay, you're playing now. All right, hold up a minute. What we got? Yeah, I already typed that in. Let's type it in again. Hey, gosh. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? We're going to combine the two, King Cole. We're going to do it like that. Boom. Let's do that. And that's not working. Alrighty. Let's do that. There we go. Yeah, we have to combine the two. So, respectfully, we have to combine the two. Alrighty. So this is from Where There's Smoke, There's Fire. These are the video announcements. We're just going to run them straight through. All right, cool. Perfect. Okay, we got announcements 1 and 2. Let's share the screen. Got you. All right, we got you. But yeah, we got it right here off of the Where There's Smoke, There's Fire channel. Let us now share the Rise Cloud stream roster. Okay. Do it. All right. Hurry up. Okay. One more guy. Got it. All right, here we go. So we're gonna go with announcement 1 for those that missed announcement 1.
Really? God damn.
Salute to Dankster, who's immortalized as the voice on the King Cole Snack King Productions trailer. Salute to that. Let's get at it. Okay. These again, be sure to get to King Cole for your trailers and other things like that. Here's announcement number 1. This is called the last virtual card. So for those that enjoy Smoke Kings, This is it. Announcement number one.
Damn, Snack, really? God damn.
Nah, real talk, like, cause I don't know what be making them think they can fuck with me in any type of way. They do one thing and one thing only, bro. All they do is rap. I do everything else. Now imagine when I'm on a car where I ain't gotta do nothing but rap.
The reason Indiana ain't on, none of y'all stick together. Disrespectful. Have your current bitch and your ex bitch suck my dick in crib bareback. Me and your mom trying to have a kid together, different levels. And all these struggle rappers all over there. That shit looking like a get together, nigga.
I apologize for the wait.
Cause honestly, I wasn't even trying to win. I just couldn't figure out how the fuck to lose to you. Cause every time I battle a nigga, it's the same shit. Y'all turned this into a breakdancing tournament. A bunch of Asian flips. Y'all ain't bored of that? Out here AK Asia with an AK. Y'all want more of that?
Listen, he's trash. He gonna find out the quickest way possible, and I'm gonna send him up the best way possible. It just is what it is.
He should have stayed where it was safe. As even his name suggests, he belonged where the kids play.
Yo 2 Times verse
It's the ape of a hood.
Okay, so announcement one is Yo 2 Times versus AK Asia. Yo 2 Times versus AK Asia. Couple thoughts on that battle matchup. A lot of individuals not familiar with AK Asia. AK Asia is what you call, if you're into like horror rock music, HORROR rock music, AK Asia is a shock battle rapper. This guy has no filter. He'll say whatever. If you're looking for a whole bunch of bars and stuff, AK Asia may give you some of that. He's going to give you basically a whole bunch of disrespectful shock value bars. The thing is, how many of those are going to be effective against Yo 2 Times? Now, obviously, Yo 2 Times, I mean, he has a point to a degree. The guy can rap. Yo 2 Times can't rap. Yo 2 Times for this battle, and he showed it against Pyro. Yo 2 Times for this battle is going to have to really focus in on just attack mode. Similar to the Pyro battle. He's going to have to get like, and Yo 2 Times. Here's the thing: can Yo 2 Times be on attack mode, attack the opponent, but not be so much in his feelings that he overpaces himself? We still got an issue with Yo 2 Times having a good pace through a battle. If he does that, Yo 2 Times is favored in this battle. He's favored against AK Asia. That's announcement number one. Off the Smokeout card, June 21st, the last virtual card. From where there's smoke, there's fire. With you, ladies and gentlemen, we got Maze in the building. Maze, what up, what up? If you're interested, you're more than welcome to come up. King Cole, you're more than welcome to come up. The code is in the chat. It is saved in the chat. If not, you're more than welcome to chill out in the chat. Y'all, it's all good here. It's just a catch-up. We're just catching up. All right. So that's announcement number one. Let's go to announcement number two. With the third, after announcement number two, we're going to remind you that the third announcement will be dropping tomorrow. It will. All righty. Okay, so that's exclusive right there. King Cole will be going live in about an hour. Yep, and Ashley Ross going to be getting out of here soon. Also, you know.
Damn, Snack, really?
When I was outside on RBE, where was this nigga battle rapping at? When I was outside on Midnight Madness, where was this nigga battle rapping at? When I was doing everything else, where was this nigga battle rapping at?
I've clapped shit. This Smith the Block reenacted it. Damn near mastered it. I said I've clapped shit. This Smith the Block reenacted it. I damn near mastered it. I went from a little bastard kid to an adult that lives life pretty hazardous. You a hoe, nigga. And I holler at your hoe while your hoe with you. Get niggas the beats. I don't make music. Cash, I'm trying to rape through it. A mask on and ARP, and I'm getting straight to it.
Man, when I was outside, this nigga was still in a house, battle rapping in bathrooms and shit. This nigga can't never fuck with me.
Hey, check this out, man. You niggas be frauds, man. Niggas be fake. Hey, promos and shit, you not even like that, bro. I'ma show you, man. Fake mad shit, man. Nigga Luke Kane, weak as fuck. Be from a mile away. They judge it by how y'all cats walk. I just start breaking down the switch like Tyra Banks. You slipped up, don't miss once, but we gon' slide back to back. It's a picked up, put belt to ass like sagging pants. Get picked up, you pushing buttons, but that shit ain't gonna fly down here. Get zipped up, the crown is mine. I'm Rushmore, meaning I'm ahead of niggas. I think it's put me on the mountain time. Hold on, Rushmore, ahead of niggas, mountain time. My bars are electric, but they go over heads. They really power lines.
Ladies and gentlemen, announcement number 2 is Luke Kane, Luke K-Do. The first thing is, Luke Kane, your last battle that we saw, and we're going to say your last traditional virtual battle, that was a cappella, that we saw. You were choking. Have your material ready. Get through your material clean, number 1. We saw the best Trey-Do against Pablo Picasso. There were those that had Trey-Do beating Pablo. And you see what Pablo doing. Trey-Do is possibly favored in this matchup. But one thing that we can't overlook is how much Luke Kane has professed his loyalty and his motivation to do well on Smoke King's card. Especially this. Don't think that Luke Kane ain't gonna put. We might see the best Luke Kane we've ever seen on the Smoke card. Simple as that. So, what Trey-Do may have the skill advantage, don't sleep on Luke Kane. This should be a pretty good matchup. Now, King Cole, real quick, because King Cole's gonna be going live right after this Rock Files, in about an hour. Salute to that. And yes, we're gonna all go over there, and party up with King Cole, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Salute to King Cole. And also, who else is live? And this is for those that look, if you're tired of looking at TV because TV is trash, as far as mainstream TV, you got YouTube to watch. You're watching the Rock Files right now, breakdowns and all that good stuff. King Cole right after that. I believe Pablo is live right now, and also Content Cartel is live right now. See that? So you got four shows better than anything you're gonna see on TV, and that is no cap. All right. Salute to everyone that's going live. But real quick, are these battles on Smoke King's card, King Cole? And this question was asked before, so apologize for repeating the question. Are these battles 3 rounds, 1 round, and do we got unlimited or what we got? So that's something we would want to know there. All right. But that's the second announcement. Luke Kane versus Trey-Do. Trey-Do has a skill advantage, but Luke Kane still got a motivation advantage. Going into it, Trey-Do is the favorite. Yeah, Trey-Do's the favorite. Because Trey-Do really leveled up to battle Pablo. The only thing that could prevent, the only thing that may not give us the best Trey-Do is if Trey-Do is not motivated. Okay, King Cole says he doesn't know. All right, cool. We're gonna find that out. So that's something to ask Smoke. Smoke, if you're out there, you want to hit us up with that, salute to that. But so third announcement, you saw the first 2. First announcement is Yo 2 Times versus AK Asia. Second announcement is Luke Kane versus Trey to the Dough. June 21st. Smoke out. Last virtual card. Where there's smoke, there's fire. WTS to the TF. There you go. Simple and plain, just like that. We got show notes. Appreciate everybody for chiming in. All right. So, as you see, we went live today. Completed the tour. Told you what the tour was about. We did some sports. We did some battle rap. We reviewed Uncasa vs. Disaster. The Consistents got Disaster. Although there was some for Uncasa. It was pretty close. But, we're going to check out. We're going to, before we get out of here, we're going to do an update on the polls we got, on the records we got, on the posts we got of what those votes are looking like, all that good stuff. We will, by the way, for the Rock rankings, when we drop those info, we're going to have 2 different measurements to determine data for those rankings. It will not just be on the community posts. It will be in the shorts, as they call it, the shorts, the video shorts. We experimented with that when it came to the Money Machine card, Salute to DZ, all that good stuff. We will now be using that for Rock Rankings from here on out. All right. That data will matter also. It's going to have a different measurement pause, I guess, but it's going to have a different way of getting data out of that. All right. And we'll explain it as we go. So that's an announcement. So yes, vote on the post. No problem. We welcome that. But vote on those video shorts we're going to put that will count as data, just as we count these submissions, our conversations as data. All right, for the Rock Rankings coming up. Criteria for the Rock Rankings will be posted this month. It will be on the post. It will be on the community tab. We will list our criteria for every category in the Rock Rankings, similar to what we did when it came to the virtual battle rap awards. We will be listing those. All right. This way now, when you see those rankings come out, you want to compare them to something, compare them to the criteria we have. There will be similar criteria, but there's going to be some new things added. All right. So those are exclusives. So again, criteria for Rock Rankings 2025 that will be happening. Here's another exclusive. Rock Rankings 2025 will be happening the first week of June. The first week of June will be the first Rock Rankings of 2025. We're here already. Categories will include, of course, virtual battle rappers, virtual battle rap leagues, virtual battle rap promoters, bloggers. We're still debating if we're going to do panelists. We may not. Okay. Promoters, absolutely. Ones to Watch is coming back. And don't be surprised if you see 2 new categories. Also, with that, Rock Rankings will be message music session rankings for songs. That criteria will be posted this month also. Going to be a lot of lists over here. And keep in mind, this is for virtual battle. This is not just for this community. It will include this community. Yes, the VBL is included. Yes, Smoke Kings is included. Yes, the Throwaway Battle League is included. If No Picks want to come back do the thing, that's included. On and on we go. The Ring, yes. Oh, yes. You know, all that's included. But we will be including maybe an EBL. We will be including Too Loud to Die. We will be including TMR, of course. You know, TMR Podcast, the Gulag series. We will be including that. All right. And many more. So battle rap leagues, as you hear this announcement, if you are a battle rap league and we missed something, let us know. We'll get us into. And we'll include the battle rappers from that league. There's going to be some names you may not have heard of on some of these lists. For bloggers too, if you remember, last 2024, we highlighted the Fibonacci Brown. Individually, what's it? Fibonacci Brown. Who that? All right then. All right. So if you're a blogger and if you cover virtual battle rap, hit us up. What should we know? What should we know? Also, we will be discussing how does outside battle rap count for virtual battle rap. It does count, but it counts differently. We'll go over that. Last but not least, our next Rock Live will be Sunday. You know why? Because we just got off a tour. And we can go ahead and take some days off already. Yeah. We tired. That's why. We tired. We tired because we're tired. So, yes, we'll be taking the next couple of days off. We'll see you Sunday night. We're going to be back on our regular schedule. Simple as that. All right. Message music sessions will be the following Wednesday, as it's stated on the post. And speaking of the post, we're going to leave you with this. Current early returns go as follows. Follows. All right. Hold on a minute. Cool. This thing taking too long. All right. Mm-hmm. We might do a list for commercials too. All right, here we go. Let's share the screen. Whoops. All right. All right, cool. All right. All right. As of now, these are the early returns. These are the early returns. As you see, and let's go ahead and do this. For Disaster versus Nkasa, this is off the VBL Cartel, GTX Retribution card. Disaster, who won? Right now with 10 votes in, Disaster has a 60% to 40% over Nkasa. So you can figure it out easily. 6 votes for Disaster, 4 votes for Nkasa. Simple as that. We're going to be revealing that Sunday. By Sunday, we should have final data for that to see who won. And also, as soon as GTX and Retribution drop more that we can review on their YouTube channel, we will be going over that of other matches that they have and doing the same thing here. And by the way, for those that's wondering, well, did you let us know you're going to be taking the tour? Here it is. That was 8 days ago. There it is. It reads 8 days ago. The Rock File special note. We are on tour again from May 1st to May 8th. Due to tour obligations, message music session Rock will resume what? May 11th and May 14th. Rock on and rock out. So that notice was given. Yes, for this channel, be sure to keep track and check out our community posts. You'll get a lot of information out there and a lot of notices that way. And of course, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Protect your peace. Protect your family. Protect your family. Protect your energy. Don't let everything, get a bad reaction out of you. Stay safe. Stay strong. Stay sane. And usually, as we say right about now, kind of like right about now, rock on.
Rock, where you at?
Rock out.
Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? 10 rocking.